everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Australian CFO Show. We are hot off the back of the CFO Awards, where PKF was a platinum sponsor, and very lucky enough to have Madina, one of PKF's partners. So, welcome, Madina.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. I'd also like to thank Australia's leading spend management solution, Weel, for bringing the show to your delightful ears this morning. So I was just chatting with Madina, and she said that she's never done one of these before, and I'm trying to make sure that she boosts herself and doesn't shy away from big noting herself, because you've done some pretty impressive things. So, Madina, why don't you kick off? Try not to be shy about it or humble.
I'll try.
Perhaps if you could walk us through your career to date.
Sure. Let me think about where to start. I guess I'll start with my career at PKF, because it's been 11 years at PKF. So I'm not that old, so that's the majority of my career. So I started at PKF the 16th of January, I think, in 2012. So I think I'm going on 12 years soon. I've always been in business services, so I've stayed in the same business unit. Others have started in, maybe insolvency or audit and moved around the firm. I've just got plonked into business services, and I stayed here ever since.
Yeah.
So yeah, I came on board as a trainee. Just worked my way up. It's been a bit of a journey. I've had a few amazing opportunities being at PKF. I got to go to the UK for a year in 2015 and did a secondment abroad, which was awesome. I did a lot of traveling. I think I did more traveling than working, if I'm going to be honest.
Is this my favorite, cutest sounding accounting firm? Is that PKF Little John?
Well, yeah, they've got an awesome name, awesome offices. They're not that little, actually. I think they're one of the biggest mid-tier firms in London. So yeah, they're doing really, really well, and they have expanded massively since I went and came back from there. So yeah, the name is deceiving, I guess, but it is cute. Yeah, and what else can I tell you? So I came back, I did a year abroad over there, which was really, really cool. I came back in 2016, came back to the same role, kept progressing up the ladder, I guess. And then in 2018, I went off to have my first baby. And then I had another baby in 2021. I don't know if this is really about my career, but now I'm having another baby. So
amazing.
So
and I did hear a very interesting or exciting piece of news. Is it maybe if you could tell us about your most recent promotion?
Yes. So 2021, I had my second son in June, the 9th of June, 2021.
I assure you he's not listening to this.
The 9th of June, and then I came back to work and got promoted to partnership in July 2022. So I came back, I think it was May 2022, and then 2 months later I was promoted to partner, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's
It
great.
was, sorry?
That's really great to hear that, like, you were on maternity leave and then you get the promotion. I think like a lot of women often think that if you go to have kids, and that's really kind of putting a pause on your progression or your career. So
I think well, for me, I guess everyone has a different story, right? But my one, I kind of was preparing myself. I really wanted to progress in my career. I also want to have kids, so I kind of was trying to do both. I was really upfront and honest with my boss before I went on maternity leave. Like, I told him what my goals were, what I wanted to achieve, where I wanted to be, and we kind of made a plan. And that was a year before I went on mat leave. So I was already working towards it. I knew what I had to do. He knew where I wanted to be. So the expectations and goals were very, very clear.
Yeah.
And because we did it that way, they were also able to offer me a lot of support. So when I went on mat leave, um, I still I had a lot of support from like non-executive directors within the firm, like female directors from other offices.
Mm.
Um, yeah, it was really good. So I think having that kind of open discussion and setting those goals together with my boss helped me get there.
Mm.
Yeah.
And how far in advance did you start having those kind of conversations and setting out those sort of goals and milestones?
It was probably a year before I went on mat leave. So
Yeah.
if I had my son in June, I went on mat leave, I think May 21. So it
Mm.
was that year leading up to May 21.
Mm.
And then, as I said, I kept in touch with a lot of like the staff around the office and non-executive directors. And so coming back to the office wasn't a big shock. So I wasn't doing work or anything while I was on mat leave, but
Mm.
yeah, I kept up um, that connection, I guess. And then when I came back, there was also a lot of support, a lot of flexibility and understanding with coming back, being a, from mat leave where you haven't used your brain much and just letting you slowly ease into things. Even though I was promoted to that senior role, it was kind of like it wasn't as intense as you might think it would be just because of the level of support that was offered. Um,
And
uh,
what did the support
mhm.
look like? And you also, yeah.
In the support, I think it was just flexibility.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, as I said, just a real understanding that, I might have to work from home more than what our compulsory days in the office are, while I'm easing back into the role. Um, Spreading the workload. So still having the person who was looking after my portfolio while I was gone there, and it was a slower transition. My boss just took on a few things for me as well if I wasn't able to get to it because, maybe I was still time poor or only doing maybe 2 days a week. And then I slowly progressed back into 5 days a week.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and I have been able to have chats with like other directors around the firm, other female leaders around the firm to see how
Mm.
they've done it. And I guess I'm also really lucky, we were just chatting earlier on, to have our mums. So outside of the office, there's a lot of support as well for me.
Yeah.
So my base mainly from my mum and my husband as well, but
Yeah.
sometimes he's like my fourth child. So, um, yeah, it's just kind of like a team. It was
Yeah.
just like everything in at work and outside of work
Mm.
um, that needs to happen to help you
Mm.
get there.
Well done. Huge congratulations to achieving, your partnership whilst you were, I guess it's all of that work leading up to it. It's not like,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
were
It's
out of the,
definitely planning. Like I
yeah.
wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't plan. We
Yeah.
also have leadership programs that we run at PKF,
Mm.
and I did one. It was actually during my maternity leave of my first baby. It was because it's not super intense. It's having, it's monthly check-ins and
Mhm.
monthly couple of hours sessions, and basically it um, it's a leadership program that kind of teaches you the soft skills of how to, do these things to plan ahead and
Mm.
how to um, identify where the risks and the challenges may be and work out what you need to do to get there or work around your own strengths and weaknesses to be able to achieve your goals and
Mm.
things like that. So, yeah, I mean, those programs really helped me. Having those open conversations really helped me. And yeah, definitely setting the expectations
Mm.
was a big one.
Yeah. Amazing. I guess you've said you've always been in business services. Um,
hmm
I'm interested to understand a little more about, what is your perhaps area of expertise or your, your specialty?
Um, So I wouldn't say I am an expert in any particular field of or industry, I should say, in terms of the clients that I work with. It's really, really broad. I mean, I look after clients in professional services industries like lawyers and medical practitioners. I've got architects, builders, fitness industry like gyms, Pilates studios. Hospitality is a pretty big one, recruitment. So, yeah, it's really, really quite broad.
Mm.
Um, excuse me, I think the roles really changed over the years. We used to be really compliance focused, so making sure all the ATO lodgements are out on time and done correctly, and looking at the tax planning and all of that really interesting stuff.
It
It's
really sounds really fun
it's
and
yeah, yeah, it's really riveting stuff. Um, so that we still do all of that because that stuff is important. But what I really enjoy is the value add to the client. So
Mhm.
I would look at I think our role has really developed into more of a CFO advisor type role. So where we're basically a trusted advisor for our clients. It's not just about looking at accounting and tax and journal entries and things like that. It's meeting up with the client, understanding what their goals are, what their concerns are, what what gets them up in the morning, and yeah, like what excites them and what challenges they're facing at the moment, and then using all of that together, like when we have sessions, I guess, like we call them brainstorming sessions or planning sessions,
Mm,
and then looking at the business and saying, okay, if this is what you want to achieve, not just maybe in your business, but in your life. You want to
mm,
retire by this age, or you want to buy a house, or you want to, pay for your kids' schooling. So how do we get there? And we look at the business, we look at your family, we look at your cash flow. So look at everything basically and make a plan. And um, yeah, I like that stuff. It's the value add stuff that interests me and excites me.
yeah.
Mm.
Talk perhaps a little about maybe some of the recent successes or challenges that you've been able to help your clients with.
Um, I think some of my big ones are in the hospitality industry.
Mm,
Um, the biggest concern at the moment is probably cash flow. There's a lot of change in discretionary spending at the moment, just given everything that's going on in the economy,
mm,
interest rates, and all of that. So, yeah, being able to help clients navigate their way through that by kind of honing into their cash flow, understanding what they're spending their money on, looking at where they can do clawbacks, understanding what's coming up, what can they what can they put into a payment plan to, minimize the effects of to their cash today and spread it out over the near future, um, and being able to do that for them to help them maintain their business
mhm,
is probably a big win. Like I said, particularly in the hospitality industry, given that wages are going up,
mm,
so staff and then the staff costs are going up, and there's also issues with around staffing. There's a lot of I don't know if you guys have experienced it, but if staff aren't fulfilled for whatever reason, they just go off because there's so much opportunity for everyone at the moment.
mm,
So yeah, helping clients navigate through that and make decisions through the difficult times.
mm,
Probably been a big success for us
mm,
lately. Yeah.
mm. Is there any? I know that PKF is really involved in the wider community. You know, a lot of sponsorships, a lot of support. Interested if is there a particular project or an initiative that currently you're particularly excited about, and perhaps whether it's significant for the firm or the clients.
Um, Look, we work with a lot of charities. So I've recently helped set one charity up that developed a really cool tech platform. If you think about it, if you think about Airtasker,
Mhm.
so these guys are have built an app similar to Airtasker that connects volunteers to various charities in Australia.
Wow.
So it's really going to change the way volunteers are able to give back to the community. Makes it really easy because apparently it's quite difficult
Mhm.
to go and volunteer if you were just wanting to, go help out at a soup kitchen or
Yeah.
um, whatever it is that you wanted to do. It's quite difficult to find that information and sign yourself up. So this app will just kind of, where everything is at the moment, just be in the palm of your hand, and you can quickly find what's going on around you and volunteer and go help out the community that way, which is really, really cool. So we've been with those guys from the start, helping them um, with everything, like building up the financial model behind being able to build the tech, and then registering them with the ACNC to become a charity. So that's really cool. And then another one that we're working with, again, really cool, not an industry that I've worked in before, but basically I'll try my best to explain it because it's so like beyond me, but it's really cool. So what they're trying to do is transform the agriculture and food sector by implementing regenerative farming processes, which will, yeah, I know. So it was going to change the industry. So I think like, as I said, it's really new to me and probably new to a lot of other people, but there's a lot of focus on ESG at the moment, the environmental social governance. So yeah, it's going to basically make food healthier for you, be better for the environment, and cheaper to
Yeah.
buy in the future. So that's my best explanation about them, what exactly they're
Wow.
doing. But my role is to help them with the financial modeling and
Yeah.
structuring of that. So, and helping them raise funds to be able to do that because it's a massive project. It costs a lot of money.
That's amazing. I love the broad spectrum of clients that you have, and you must then, be across so many sort of little niche areas as well. So that's pretty.
Yeah, it's cool because I get to learn a little bit about each area as well. Like it took me, I've been working on that agriculture, food sector transformation business for about 5 to 6 years, and it's literally taken me years to really understand in my head what and how
Yeah.
they're going to achieve what they're going to achieve. So, like as I said, it's so new, and if they pull it off, it'll just be like a massive milestone for the whole industry, and it's really cool to be a part of that, and hopefully that they get there. So yeah,
Your kids
fingers
must
crossed.
be eating that when they're grown up.
That's right. So
You'll
I'm doing
know
it for the kids.
that
Yeah.
you changed it. Uh, Medina, thank you so much for joining us today. I've really enjoyed chatting with you and learning about, your career and the clients that you work with. Really impressive woman to see everything that you've achieved. So thank you so much for
Thank
spending.
you so much for having me. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a good day wherever you may be, and we'll speak to you soon.